Hey, good evening. I'm Colin Colgan, and you're welcome to Business and Enterprise Show, Ireland's only live web-based business TV program with over 2 million views in over 200 countries. Tonight, we're not coming live from our top-of-the-town studios. We're in fact live on location in the Hotel Kilmore for the Cavan Local Enterprise Young Entrepreneur Awards. So do stay watching, where we'll be meeting some of the winners and those involved.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, my name is Vincent Reynolds from the Local Enterprise Office here in Cavan, and you're all very welcome to this evening's event, which is the Cavan element of Ireland's Best Young Entrepreneur Competition 2014. This evening's event is about acknowledging the people who came forward and participated in the competition, and who ultimately, there are four really prizes tonight, but three big winners, and one of those win the national award. The IBYE, as we call it, is in its first year. It's a government initiative as part of the 2014 Action Plans for Jobs to promote young entrepreneurship in Ireland as a nation. As you probably know, 2 out of 3 jobs that are created in the economy currently are created in small businesses. We're very fortunate here in Cavan. We run National Enterprise Awards as well annually, over the last 20 years almost, and we have had major winners at national level from Cavan. Entrepreneurship is part of the sort of the gene pool almost in Cavan, and I can say that because I'm from County Leitrim, although I'm in my 29th year here in Cavan, and Cavanised in many respects. Some would say at least outside the county when I go to Dublin and elsewhere. But our job is to promote the whole concept of entrepreneurship, the embedding of an enterprise culture at local level, and that's, within families. I mean, what creates entrepreneurship, and are entrepreneurs born? There's much written academically about entrepreneurship, how people are made, how men and women are made to be entrepreneurs. Do you learn it? Are you born with it? Or does it come through, in many of our cases, hardship, needing to do it because you're out of a job next week or next month? And many people actually do it for that very, very reason, because the threat of unemployment and having a family not sustained in your local economy, and the sort of guilt of that having happened to you. As I say, our job is about that. It's about stimulating communities, individuals, and in particular people coming through the education system. We run Student Enterprise Awards annually, and over 300 students from the second level system in Cavan participate annually in our local Student Enterprise Awards. And it is about inculcating that spirit of entrepreneurship, that spirit of get up and go, which is part of the culture anyway here in Cavan. Self-reliance. We're not dependent as a county primarily on foreign direct investment. We'd love to have more of it, clearly, but when I talk to people in business here in Cavan, most people nowadays realise that if we don't do it for ourselves, primarily nobody else is going to do it for us. That doesn't mean we don't look for foreign direct investment and make cases, and our colleague Ger Finn, the Chief Executive of Cavan County Council, is to the fore in terms of promoting Cavan as an investment location, and the whole concept of This is Cavan, and all the work that has been done in terms of branding the county as a location to live, work and play. There's been huge work and a significant investment put into that over time. Our job, again for the third time, is about that whole issue of starting a business. And as I said, 2 out of 3 jobs in Ireland today are in new startups and new small businesses. And in terms of the main clientele we deal with, micro businesses, which is people in the formative period of their business up to 10 employees, I think over 92% of businesses on the island of Ireland, or certainly in the Republic of Ireland, are micro businesses. So they're hugely important in the economy, and they're hugely important in terms of the economic renewal and revitalisation and resurgence of the economy that is spoken a lot about these days. And it is a fact that at macro level, the economy at the moment is doing very well. You've heard a lot of public commentary on that, and it gives confidence that there is more money in circulation, and businesses, particularly businesses that are trading internationally, are doing well. And whilst we promote local trading, regional trading, national trading, the ultimate objective as an island economy is to try and build scale, build competence, build competitiveness, and to enable companies to trade on the international stage. And I'm delighted to say that there's a terrific record here in the county in terms of companies getting up and doing it. And I think these types of awards are about acknowledging elements of the entrepreneurship that we have in the county. The competition here is about the younger fraternity. To be eligible for the competition, you mustn't be older than 30 at the 31st of December of this year, 2014. So it's primarily aimed at anybody from primary school up to 30 years of age. We were very fortunate that we have had a significant interest in it this year. There's €2 million being invested by the government in this competition alone this year, in its formative year. Now, we're only getting a very small slice of that pie in a Cavan context, but it is spread throughout the 31 local authority areas in the country, and there will be a big national event on the 6th of December as well to promote the competition. So that's sort of by way of general backdrop to the awards. This evening's awards there are 4 categories, as I mentioned at the outset, three specific categories, and an overall Best Young Entrepreneur for County Cavan 2014. And the 3 main categories are the Best New Idea, the Best Startup Business, and that can be anything from you don't have to be trading for any particular period of time. You can be in the transition from the idea to startup through to the first 18 months of trading. And for the best established business, and that would be businesses that are trading for a couple of years or more. And I say overall, we'll have the best young entrepreneur for 2014 to be announced a little later. And just on the awards, it goes thankfully with budgets this year. The winner of the best new idea will receive an investment of up to €10,000. Which is not insignificant in the current climate. The winner of the best startup business will receive an investment of about €20,000, and the winner of the best established business will receive an investment of €20,000. So, and those 3 categories go on to through regional competition, in which there will be 93 competitors, and at regional level, that's 31 local authority areas, by three category winners, which is 93, and at regional level that will be whittled down to 8 regions and 3 coming out of each region. So 24 will go into the national final on the 6th of December. As I say, each of our winners will go forward to the regional final, and we look forward to their participating in that. But before the announcement and presentation of the awards, I just want to give you a brief resume of the 8 people who are here tonight. And I'm going to do them in no particular order, so there's no indications from the order of who's winning. So read nothing into it. The first one, and as we all know, we're after having some culinary delights here this evening in the Hotel Kilmore, and the first award winner here is the first finalist is Chef Adrian, in the person of Adrian Martin. And as we know, Cavan has become pretty famous and infamous for its chefs in recent times. And Adrian, like many others, cut his teeth with our top-rate chef Nevin Maguire over in Black Lion. He has created a unique business proposition and platform for himself, Adrian, by combining his skills as an experienced chef with those of the local craft butcher. And he has formed an alliance with the Association of Craft Butchers in Ireland to promote and upskill local butchers in food preparation, recipe development, and whilst demonstrating and engaging with their customers on how best to use meat products on offer. And I think that's a fantastic advance in Ireland, because I'm around for a while, and I remember going to the butcher and I have family relations in the butcher business, but it's basically cutting off the bit of lamb or the bit of beef and on the bone, off the bone, and handing it out to you, doing a bit of mince. This is a huge advance. So through his alliance with the craft butchers, Adrian has been building a significant media profile and has featured in many magazines, radio, and indeed upcoming television programmes. So that is, ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Martin. Our next finalist is a company called Cell Media, Killian Lynch, and Cell Media is the trading name of a company called Code Surfers Limited. It provides creative advertising and marketing solutions across a range of media platforms. Killian works directly with clients to identify their specific needs and designs and provides a most effective solution to deliver the greatest market impact. Cell Media effectively allows client businesses to have their own marketing department without having to carry on the direct costs of that. He provides a complete marketing strategy of consultancy, creative design, website provision, and print and signage. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Killian Lynch. The next one almost speaks for itself. It's Pause the Agency, P-A-W-Z. We know it with, I think, an S after it, but a lady called Danielle Masterson, who's also here with us this evening. We're delighted to see Danielle here. Danielle currently works in a film and advertising agency, which she has regular contact with actors, models, producers, and directors. So, pretty highbrow stuff by any standards. Danielle identified a gap in the market when film production companies needed to source animals, and I think in particular small animals. There is no specialist animal casting agency in Ireland, whilst there are several in the island across the Irish Sea in the UK. Danielle has designed a business model for a new animal casting agency in Ireland, and in Cavan in particular, with several potential income streams. This novel and unique business opportunity will allow Danielle to use her wide network of contacts to promote and sell her business offering, and hopefully Cavan in turn as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Masterson. Some of you fitness freaks around will probably recognise the next guy, Dara Holland of Dutchie's Fitness, who I know operates in Cavan for some time, and we've had colleagues in Cavan County Council as well who've benefited from Dara's influence over the last couple of years. Dara founded Dutchie's Fitness in 2012, and having worked with other gyms and fitness centres, Dara wanted to create a unique experience for his members, focusing on the individual. Dutchie's Fitness ensures each member receives individual coaching, dietary and general health and wellness advice. Dara and his staff are continually positioning themselves at the forefront of health and fitness through education and training, enabling the highest level of service to be provided to their members. The fitness centre in Cavan now has over 200 members, and recently Dara has opened a new centre in Enniskillen, and I know there's one, I think, in Monaghan planned as well, with other additional centres in the border counties. And Dara's vision for his fitness centres, and indeed when we talked to him, he reminded us of this on numerous occasions throughout the chat, that his objective is to get every member into, to quote him, the best shape of their lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dara Holland. Our next finalist is Liam Stewart, and Liam is a health and safety solutions provider. Liam offers a wide range of health and safety services and solutions to clients across several sectors, ranging from the health service to manufacturing and service-led businesses. Liam is qualified to provide and deliver consultancy service and training to a broad range of clients. Uniquely, he is qualified to provide compliance training both in Northern Ireland and the Republic. And that is actually a unique attribute that Liam has. His ambition is to expand and grow his market base and to develop his service offering both through group and one-to-one training, and to offer e-learning and blended learning solutions. So, ladies and gentlemen, Liam Stewart. Our next finalist is, the company name is Aquachia, and the promoters are Luke Coffey and Paul Yanis. Aquachia is an innovative natural beverage targeted at those who like to live a hectic, active lifestyle and need natural nutrition on the go. And a lot of people do need that nowadays. We were just talking about it earlier, about the working day is not what it might have been some years ago. The concept is based upon an ancient drink called Ischiate and is derived from chia seeds, a well-recognised South American superfood full of dietary fibre, protein and plant-based omega-3 ALAs. The two founders, Luke and Paul, started researching and developing their new product idea whilst in college in Dublin, that is university, and are currently sourcing a technologically advanced dispensing bottle cap which will uniquely position Aqua Chia in the beverage market in terms of innovation and product quality and nutrition. And I do understand from recent knowledge that they had a recent meeting, I think in Zurich, in relation to the advanced dispensing bottle cap, which I understand went well. So that certainly augurs well for them in the future. Luke and Paul's ambition and vision for Aqua Chia is to be the first chia water to the market. So, ladies and gentlemen, Luke Coffey and Paul Yanis. Our second last, but by no means least, and as I say, in no order, a project called Complete Receipt with the promoter Mark Riley, who was at our table tonight. It was while studying at college that Mark first began to develop his new business idea, Complete Receipt. It revolves around replacing the printed retail receipt with a paperless record that is stored on the consumer's personal, private and secure cloud-based file. Complete Receipt will allow customers to track their retail spending using any mobile device. Other advantages of using Complete Receipt is the provision of consumer and warranty rights information, which is obviously critically important to us, and many of us lose all these little pieces of parchments in terms, when you buy a product, in terms of retaining the evidence that may be necessary down the line. The company also envisions a number of value-added offerings, such as statistical and analytical data on consumer trends and buying patterns. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mark O'Reilly. And last project is called Job Helper, and finalist Tony Smith. Job Helper is a web-based recruitment service aimed specifically at matching graduates with job opportunities in the growing SME sector. The website aims to connect graduate job seekers directly with SME vacancy web pages. Where an SME does not have a vacancy web page, Job Helper will provide a dedicated page at a competitive cost. The Job Helper model will also link to larger employers' vacancy web pages, thereby making the job search much more effective and productive for the job seeker. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Smith. I think you'll realise and recognise the breadth of economic interest that the participants here and competitors in this competition have. You know, from food production to high-end technological innovations. And that's something that, as a county, we need. We are very good at traditional, basic production, be it in engineering, food, building components, etc. But we do need that second stage, and particularly the new technologies in terms of information and communications technology. These are hugely important. But we have a very high reliance and a very big tradition in terms of food and agribusiness, and it's great to see some of these coming through. And obviously the whole area of graduate placement, all of those areas, health and safety. I mean, fantastic ideas put forward by people, and I was part of the interviewing process for all of them. And I have to say that to say I was impressed is a gross understatement. There were people of tremendous character, of commitment, dedication, stickability, and a fantastic indication of the future that lies ahead for Cavan after some of us in the older echelons will have passed along, the next generation of entrepreneurs. And some are coming out of families that are highly entrepreneurial, and you can see some of that backgrounds. Others are not. And that variety is terrific. Many of them have gone through high-end academic qualifications in university level, and it was a real pleasure to meet and talk to all of them and question them intensely on their ideas, or indeed their business, be it in the formation stage or in an established process. So I think they all deserve a round of applause from you. I'm going to ask the CEO of Cavan County Council, Ger Finn, to make the presentations of the awards. So, Ger, if you wouldn't mind joining us up here, please, I would appreciate it. The awards are going to be done in no particular order. Again, there's no reading into it as regards positioning, but just on the for the best new idea, if our eyesight can get us right. Yeah. Best new idea. Best new idea. Yeah, that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the stage where choices had to be made by a panel, which I was part of. So was Marcella Rudden, our business advisor, Tom Cassidy, as well, and Jerry Collins, who, with his wife Helena, did a boot camp, and a very successful one with the participants, and a little bit more of that later. But to say that we had a difficulty in terms of getting winners out of it, it was a fantastically difficult issue for us, and in fact we differed to some degree on who should be winners in categories, and indeed overall winner. And it's fair to say that it was only late today, if I was to make an acknowledgement, that we made a final decision on one of the categories. But given that it is a Friday night and people need to move along, I'll just push along with it. So the first award, as I say, in no particular order, is for the best new idea. And the best new idea came from Mark O'Reilly. Could I just say that photographs, so as to not hold everybody else up, will be taken after the event, so we won't bore you with photographs. But I am going to invite Mark, nonetheless, to say a couple of words, if you would, please.
Didn't anticipate this. Yeah, thanks a million for the award. Really appreciate it. Didn't plan anything because I wouldn't really anticipate winning. But if I had to say a few words to anyone with a business idea who doesn't come out to be successful tonight, just keep at it. Mm-hmm. That's what everyone says, you know, in this sort of situation when you're working at it, just working your day job, just keep doing it, and what do you have to lose, kind of thing. So, thanks very much, Annie. Vincent, appreciate it.
Well,
cheers.
Okay, so well done, Mark, and we were extremely impressed with both the concept of complete receipt, but also the presentation Mark made to the adjudication panel as well. You'd want to have seen it to actually realise, and that applies to all of the people we interviewed. The next category is the best startup business, and the best startup business goes to Luke Coffey and Paul Yanis of Aquachia.
Cheers, thank you.
Well done.
Thanks a million.
What you going to say the couple of You're going to stage anyway.
Just a couple of words. They should have had this. They should have had this be before the dinner, definitely. It doesn't mix well. Well, just on this is a joint man operation, and we're just absolutely delighted we entered it as well, and it's a great opportunity. And going forward next year and something on from that, it's a brilliant opportunity for companies when, especially companies outside the IT industry, because what you tend to find is a lot of these incubators and stuff, they're all looking for IT companies. So for somebody who's in different space like ourselves and a few of the other candidates, it's great to have this opportunity to apply for something that we can all be judged on the one level for as well.
Yes.
And just a brilliant this couldn't have come at a better time for us. We really, really need this, and it's not just about that. It's a great honour as well to represent Cavan going forward as well. So hopefully we can do that at the next stage as well. Yeah. Thanks very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys, and two very professional young men as well. both Luke and Paul. The third category is the Best Established Business, and the Best Established Business Award goes to Dara Holland of Dutchies Fitness.
Just thanks very much. I was getting a wee bit nervous sitting there, maybe hard to skip a beat, but just thanks very much, and just like thank my parents as well. Wouldn't be able to do without them, and just to everyone else, like as Mark says, just have to stick at it and just kind of know your trade and try and work hard as possible and learn off the people that are already kind of doing it in your industry, and give it a good lash. All right, thanks very much.
So well done, 2 or 3 winners, and Dara, well done to you. And I know Dara was an enlightenment to us in terms of how he managed the cash flow in his business and how, on a weekly basis, certain things were done. Ably assisted by his mum, I think, from a financial advisory perspective as well, if I remember certainly correctly. Yeah. So well done to all of the 3 winners. So we come to the final and overall award, and unfortunately we had to pick 1 out of the 3, and the award are the Best Young Entrepreneur for Cavan in the IBYE competition 2014 is Luke and Yanis.
Thanks very much. I wasn't expecting that.
All right. So do you want to add a couple of...
No, literally wasn't expecting that. Honestly, we haven't hit the market yet, so. But no, just absolutely tough. We weren't expecting that at all. No, so thanks very much. Just brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Paul. Well done. Wow.
Thanks so much, sir. As I say, I don't want to overstate it or overplay it, but the calibre of the people, and the calibre of the people, literally, as well as the calibre of the business idea or the existing business idea, was fantastically encouraging for us. And our job is about promoting, as I say, and inculcating a spirit of entrepreneurship. It's certainly well imbued in those young people, and we're very proud of them going forward, and we hope to do well in the regional competition. We have a meeting on Tuesday, Marcel and myself, in Athlone, because the sort of modalities around the regional competition are still being worked out, but we have to get them through to a national final on the 6th of December, which will be a big gig, and Ireland's Best Young Entrepreneur for 2014 will be announced at that event. And as I say, no pressure, but we wish our people well in the competition. We have a proud history and tradition in competitions, so but we really look at. As somebody said earlier today, and something else I was at, it's about participation. It's about being there, and it's about what one of the lads talked about. The stickability factor, having an idea, sticking with it, seeing it through thick and thin, taking the knocks, and there will be knocks. And anybody knows, whoever set up a business or had a business that either failed or succeeded, but particularly succeeded, there are knocks on the way, and you have to be prepared for them. They're part of the learning curve. Failure as well, and we all talk about failure sort of almost in Ireland is not an option. I mean, culturally, that has been a problem in Ireland. And I remember years ago listening to somebody talking about the difference between attitude to risk-taking in Ireland and risk-taking in Manhattan or somewhere in the States. And the old sort of thing here is, everybody wants to bring you down, say the so-and-so, he's too big for his shoes, or the mother was pregnant before she got married, or the father was, or uncle was in a lunatic asylum or something years ago. Always something, anything that will sort of lessen the person, if at all possible. Thankfully, I think we're moving well beyond that. And a lot have talked now at national level about, failure and second-time entrepreneurship. And indeed, the last 5 or 6 years, we've had to. People have to renew themselves and regenerate themselves and represent themselves, because we've all got to live, and we all got to make a living for ourselves, our families, whether it's men or women, and that learning curve. But the opposite culture that operated in the States and is still there in the States. You know, some guy has a success. What happens? He or the family will throw a party, and everybody on the block will send their sons or daughters to it to see, can you, Mark or Mary or whatever the name is, can you emulate that guy Paul who has done so well, right? That was the difference culturally that we suffered from. And as I say, thankfully, we're rounding the corner on it. It's still a little bit there, but you know, because of what happened the last few years, because of education, because of people's travel and movement and knowledge of things internationally, people have learned a lot. And we need to understand that somebody sets up a business, they're very well brave, whether a man or a woman, young or old, and at any age, entrepreneurship. We also run initiatives targeted at over 50s, you know, as well, to try and get people to restart their lives, re-kick their lives into action after whatever has happened to them in the past, or getting out of a job early or whatever. So entrepreneurship can be at any stage, and don't be afraid of it, and failure is an option. It can happen, and you will be a better person next time round from having done it. And many people are successful, are second, third, fourth time triers in the whole entrepreneurship field.
Joined by an old friend of the programme, Dutchie himself. Well done. What award did you win?
Best established business, I think it is, yeah, best established business. So yeah, it's very nice to get it. Like, it was good competition there. I was getting a bit nervous now when he was announcing the winner, so just delighted to get it.
You've been established in Cavan now for a while, and you're starting to spread the wings.
Yeah, we're in our third week now in Enniskillen now, so yeah, it's starting very well as well, but just have to take our time with it and build it up, like, so. But so far so good, so just expand a bit, so it's all good.
Without getting too political about it, effectively open a branch in a different country. How is business done north of the border as opposed to south?
Well, I suppose it's early days now to be really kind of analysing the whole pile, but Enniskillen, you know, it's a booming town, you know, it's a great population. There's just a lot of people floating about it, you know, good catchment area, so decided to give it a go. And like I said, you know, so far very happy with the uptake and the reports, you know, it's all good, you know, positive. So just hopefully a bit of word of mouth, just let it take its time, you know, and please God it'll work out all right in the end, you know. And
you'll be working the same principle as Dutchies in Cavan Town?
Yeah, exact same stuff, yeah. Had to kit the facility out a wee bit differently. It was a bit of a different layout and all, but same principles, and hoping to just kind of stick to that, you know. And please God, like, when I start opening Cavan, there's a lot of things that we had to learn as we go, you know. There's a lot of things we do now that we didn't do 3 years ago, so we're doing all them from the get-go in Enniskillen. So, you know, hopefully that'll help, you know, just to get everything started and get it going. So it's great, you know, we have a great staff, you know, and team of trainers and everything, and everyone, you know, everyone's enjoying it. They're all enthusiastic about fitness and about helping people. So, you know, we just have to keep doing what we're doing basically and try and improve as we go.
And other openings on the cards?
Well, we'll see how Enniskillen goes first, but please God it goes well, and then we'll look at that. You know, there's a few towns nearby, Monaghan most notably, even my hometown of Clonus, so we'll have to see what's going on. But you know, first things first, we'll get Enniskillen up and running and take it from there, you know.
Winning the award, what's it mean to you?
It means a lot now. It's you know, it's a nice honour to get, you know, and it's you know, it's great just to get it, you know, and appreciate it, you know.
Well, Dara Holland, of Dutchies Fitness, congratulations and well done.
Thanks very much, thank you.
Okay, our next guest is Mark O'Reilly, and Mark's entry was complete receipts. Congratulations. Complete receipts, what is it?
I can't actually give too much away about the idea at the moment, but it's basically a way for consumers to receive receipts in a retail setting on their mobile application, mobile phone, or any mobile device.
And where did the idea come from? Did you study it? Did it just come to you in a blinding flash?
Collaboration with friends.
Collaboration with friends. Winning an award like this, what does it mean to you?
It means we can take our idea to the next stage. The investment isn't substantial in terms of our pre-startup costs, but it will allow us to build a working model and present a very good case to a potential investor who could invest the kind of money we're looking for, basically.
And is this a particular product? I love the way you're hedging around it, because I feel like I'm in the Secret Service or something. You know, I could ask you the one question and you'd have to kill me. Is it something that will be Irish-based, or when it's up and running, do you see the potential to have it worldwide?
It's going to be an Irish-based product, and once we get the business model working, we can transfer that to foreign markets. So we do see our business growing outside of Ireland, but that's early days yet to say.
Early days, yeah. And when will you be in a position to tell us more?
When we get 200 grand.
When you get 200 grand. Okay, maybe when you do that, you might come back to Business Enterprise here on Cavan TV and fill us in more.
Definitely, yeah, 100%.
In the meantime, Mark, congratulations. Now joined by one of the runners-up, which I think is absolutely the best idea here, Danielle Masterson, and your business is Pause with a Z. What is Pause with a Z?
Pause the agency. We represent animals and we put them in TV and film productions.
And where do you get these animals from? Or can any animal go, or any type of animal?
Yeah, anyone can sign up to Pause the agency. So if you own a pet, a dog, a cat, a cow, anything, you can sign up on our website.
What about my 2 turtles? Are they?
Absolutely, sign them up.
And okay, so I've signed up with your agency with my 4 dogs and 2 turtles. What do you then do with them?
Well, we'd get in casting briefs. If they're looking for a dog for a commercial, then we'll pick your dog, send them off to the casting director. If they like the dog, then you're booked. Then you bring your dog along to the shoot and hopefully you'll take off from there.
Well, if I was an actor and I was on your, well, obviously I wouldn't be on your agency because you only do animal, but if I was an actor, I'd come along with a portfolio and this is what I've done and this is where I've trained. What do you do if you're a dog? Sorry, what does your owner do if you're a dog?
Well, you'd send in a picture of your dog. You can send in a video if you have one, that's great. But it's mainly the photograph is what they go on. Or else, the very odd time, if they're looking for a specific animal for a commercial, they'll ask to come and meet the animal and cast it from an open casting. But it's more based on the photograph. That's what matters.
And I can hardly say if that's where the work is, if it's an animal, but is that where the openings are? Is it mainly advertising or is it actual films and movies?
It's both. I mean, Game of Thrones are looking for horses, dogs, everything. There's a lot of TV production being shot here in Ireland, and then we have tons of commercials. So there's work everywhere for animals, really.
Brilliant. And if there's an animal watching, or indeed there's owner watching, how does he get in touch with you?
They visit pause.ie.
And that's Pause within a Z.
Absolutely, Pause with a Z.
Danielle, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So here we are at an awards ceremony, and the winner, believe it or not, is not a tech company. It's an actual company that produces a product. Paul and Ian, you're both very welcome. You might tell us what the product is.
Basically, we're developing a drink. It's a natural sports nutrition drink that dispenses chia seed, a South American superfood, from the cap into the drink, and then you leave it a couple of minutes and you drink the whole thing, and it's a way of getting protein and fibre, carbohydrate into your body after you work out, or indeed in front of a computer screen all day. It's a way of getting nutrition on your go. So it's kind of for business people, for sports people, and just people who want to live a healthy lifestyle in general.
Okay, it's a South American drink, so what's the South American connection here?
Well, the chia seeds originate from Mexico. They've been used by the Aztec civilization and by the pre-Columbians for thousands of years. It only made its way to America in the 90s, and it's just making its way into Europe. It has very rich history. The ancient civilizations used to use it during periods of drought because if the seeds have such a long lifespan. They used to eat it as their main source of protein over extended periods of months. So basically, that's the connection.
Okay, so am I right in saying that we have a drink, but it only comes to life after these seeds are put into it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So not only does your product have to be right, obviously your packaging, your bottle has to give you even more problems.
Yeah, we've been working over the last couple of weeks, actually. We've been working on the packaging element of it. The cap itself has to be a dispensing bottle cap, so that in itself is pretty unusual. There's not too many people making them, so you have to find the right one to make it, and then filling the cap and sealing it. So there's a couple of different processes that we have to go through that other beverage companies don't necessarily have to do. So yeah, the packaging is extremely important, and we've hopefully made a bit of ground over the last couple of weeks in that front as well. But yeah, you're right, it's critically important. Yeah.
Now, is it just yourselves, or is there a huge factory in the background? And if yes, well done. And if not, how will you compete with the like of the energy drinks that are out there? I know yours is different, but there are energy drinkers out there with very deep pockets.
Well, well, the essential thing for us is to manage our outsourcing. The better the partners we have in production and in packaging and in sourcing the raw ingredients, the better for us. And it's because we're so unique and we're so new on the market, it gives us this competitive advantage that the big players don't have. They've been on the market for so long. People have gotten sick of the sugar in them and the bad things they do for you. We're offering them natural energy and a natural source of nutrition. So
we make decisions quickly as well because it's such a small operation. We're able to make decisions as well. We're able to take risks with our marketing as well that other big companies mightn't be willing to take as well. So it allows us to kind of leverage our small size and push the boundaries regarding marketing and making decisions on packaging. And any of the big companies haven't started using dispensable bottle caps yet, and it's because they're looking for market validation from other small innovative companies. So you find in the beverage industry is a lot of the big companies like Coca-Cola, they will wait to see smaller companies actually make the market, validate the market, and then they'll buy them up, and that's how they innovate. So we innovate by trying to create different products, and they innovate by buying those products. But so it's a different kind of thing to the likes of Monster or some of the bigger energy drinks or anything like that with the big spends and that kind of thing.
Well, I suppose that leads to two questions. One, when do you think it'll hit the streets? And secondly, is the plan to be gobbled up and get a big fat paycheck from somebody?
We can't say that now. We hope to do a small test in January, and then in March again a bigger test, and then hopefully next summer, everything going well, obviously with the 2 tests previously, then we'd hope to do full launch next July in Dublin and London. So that's the plan anyway.
Yep, that's where we're heading.
You know, there's a lot of. Because we haven't hit market yet, there's a lot of things that have to be sorted out before then. We just try and work on it. There's a lot of work to be done, obviously, before then. But that's the plan. But like I said,
we're on our way.
We're on our way, absolutely, with this. Yeah, we're on.
On your way, well done. And the brand name will be?
Aquachia.
Aquachia.
Yeah.
Paul and Neil, thank you so much for your time. So that's it for tonight's programme, coming to you live from Hotel Kilmore for the Cavan Local Enterprise Office Young Entrepreneur of the Year Awards. I hope watching it gave you some sort of boost to maybe try your business and move it forward. So coming to you live from the Hotel Kilmore, and thanks to super camera operator Tina Brady. I've been Colm Colgan. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.